Okay, so in the WWE, Kharma was officially released earlier this week. So for those of you who wanted to see Kharma, Del Rey, Beth Phoenix, and Natalya feud over the Divas belt, it's not going to happen. At least not now. Of course, Kharma was released for two reasons. One, they still don't think she's fully gotten over the essentially kind of like the miscarriage that she had. And two, they really didn't know what to do from a creative standpoint. Initially, she was going to come back. She was going to, destroy the Bellas, who made fun of the fact that she was overweight and pregnant. So, directly on air mentioning the fact that she was pregnant, and then if she were to come back and have had the misfortunate incident that happened, they kind of painted themselves into a corner a little bit. Because you really can't make fun of her for it. It's a bit too on the nose. So I wish her best of luck in her future endeavors. Maybe she'll be back at Shimmer again, which would be awesome. And another thing that's been bouncing around a lot, Kevin Nash made mention of CM Punk leading a new version of the NWO, which therefore led to people throwing out all their crazy NWO ideas. Some of them make sense. You have people like either Rhodes or Damian Sandow, Dean Ambrose, even Daniel Bryan, taking a bunch of the indie guys, some of the people who are right there, who are hitting that glass ceiling, and make it in the NWO. And I was like, that could kind of work. And then everyone says, but they need to have John Cena in the group, because Cena could be the Hogan. For other people, no, Cena should be the Sting. Time out for a second here. If the big story is CM Punk and the NWO, why does it all of a sudden go right to Cena? How about instead, Cena plays the Hogan role and CM Punk plays the Sting role? So that way then Cena would have the immaculate heel turn everyone wants him to have. And then for your hit and runs, you've got CM Punk. And it also goes along with CM Punk's thing of join the revolution. It could be interesting. I just don't want to see, like Nash and Hall or Steiner. They have enough people that a good stable could easily be made. Ironically, if CM Punk leaves, this will be his third stable. Straight Edge Society, New Nexus. And going back, 2 years ago we had the Nexus, who showed up and decimated Raw. And did a really good job for quite a few months. 2 years later, most have gone absolutely nowhere. Said before and I'll say it again. When Wade Barrett shows back up, he needs to reform Nexus. All those guys are doing nothing. Heath Slater, we see him on Raw getting annihilated by legends. Justin Gabriel, really nothing. Otunga, exception of Skip Sheffield, who's Ryback, they've done absolutely nothing since Nexus folded. Would be unique to see, maybe an NWO group, a Nexus group. Sure. I'm a huge fan of stables in wrestling. Why? It makes it really easy for a face to fight his way through a bunch of heels over a couple of month period and then face the leader. Or you do two stables, like when you had DX and the Nation, and it makes it really easy to work with. Because you've always got like 3-4 guys over here, 3-4 guys over here. You've got teams that can feud over tag belts, singles belts. Would the NWO be great to see you brought back? Somewhat. I was a fan of it when it first started. It was a smaller group. But then when you had NWO, Wolfpack, LWO, and the NWO Blue group that never got started, which was supposed to be like DDP and Goldberg and those sorts of guys, like unincorporated NWO, then it got kind of too big. Could it be interesting? Sure. Do I think it'll happen? 6 of one, half dozen of the other.